So let's now move to KwaZulu-Natal. And earlier this week, we spoke to Action SA's KwaZulu-Natal leader, Zwakela Mwango. He raised serious concerns about Durban's top beaches. He showed us sewage spewing into the Umhlanga River. He said there was no way the Umhlanga beaches in particular would be ready for beachgoers by today, which is the deadline the municipality set itself. However, today the eThekwini mayor was so confident about the safety of the seas, he donned his rash vest and baggies. There he is. He took a dip himself. Olisi Kaunda was unfortunately able to join us tonight. Instead, he sent his deputy city manager for community services, Dr Musa Gumede. Dr Gumede, are you the person who was in the sea at Umhlanga? Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Yes, that's me. I guess a lot of people have been having worries about the state of the beaches, and today we had to give confidence that although we've been under pressure for a while, but we are resolving a lot of the issues.
Dr. Gumede, did the water smell at Umhlanga? How was it?
No smell at all. There was a bit of a breeze, so we couldn't swim for long because the lifeguards were concerned about the easterly winds, yeah. So otherwise, everything else was perfect.
I've got to ask you about the CFU readings, which is the colony forming units. So those units need to be below 500 per 100 mils tested, which is why Umhlanga has not been opened. What was the CFU reading for Umhlanga? What is it currently?
We've been testing for the last few months all the beaches in Durban. Umhlanga has actually been below 500 for the last month. The reasons we have not opened the Umhlanga beach, especially Umhlanga main beach and Umhlanga bronze beach, have been below 500. In fact, there were 40 on the 25th of November. The reason we had not opened was because of the upstream issues. If you understand how it works, there are pump stations that are upstream, which is where Mr. Mwango was. A few weeks ago, we had not finalized the process of procuring pumps to actually fix those pump stations. Hence, the levels were high more than a month ago. But about 3 weeks ago, the process of fixing started, and that started reducing. And from the 15th of November, the levels have been below 500. But because in fixing, you start identifying leaks along the route of the pipes, we started, which is one of the areas that he went to. As you fix the pumps, the sewer starts flowing through the pipes, and you start seeing areas where there are leaks. And the teams have been going through those leaks and fixing those leaks. And sometimes they've been finding broken pipes and fixing those pipes. They've been working throughout the last 2 or 3 weeks. Last night, in fact, they slept to Umhlanga, fixing the pipes, getting deep into the forest, following the pipes even there. So what he was showing the world were some of the things that we were seeing because the pipes had been fixed, and therefore the leaks were starting to show. And we've been fixing those leaks, but the challenges have been minimal at sea because most of the work had been done. So in testing, we're confident that what he was showing the world was not having a huge impact in the 2 beaches, which is bronze and main beach. Where the challenges are still we've not opened those beaches, especially where along the river, certain rivers, the Umngeni River and that Umhlanga River. So the beaches around the mouth of those two rivers have not opened, and
So
we've been clear on those
I hear
issues.
you. I mean, it's really good to know that the Umhlanga beaches, which are real tourist pullers, are now open. Just detail for me the beaches that are still closed and when you hope to reopen them.
Okay, we've got two types of beaches that are still closed for two reasons. The first ones are those that are closed because the E. coli levels are still high. And those are usually related to the pipes and the pump stations that are broken. Mostly they are in the south of the city, around the Sipingo area. The beaches around the Sipingo area are mostly closed. And that's where our teams are working very hard to make sure that from Umlazi to Reunion to Ispingo, all those pipes and all those pump stations are cleared, and we can deal with that matter, and we can open those beaches once we are clear that the levels are low in those areas. From there, going further south, most of those are open. Around Umkababa, Umkomazi, further south, all those are clear because there are no issues with the pump stations and the pipes going into that area. So those are open. Going to the north of Usipingo, you then start seeing the central beaches. Well, you start in Bluff first. NSD's beach in Bluff is open as well. It's no longer affected because we've cleared all the issues around it.
Right.
There may still be one around that area which may be closed, but NSD's, which is the main one, is open. You go to the central of the city. We've opened most of those because of low levels as well. We usually take 2 readings a week, on Tuesday and on Thursday. And then based on those readings, we then make a decision. But what we've said is that to close or to open will follow a trend of 3 results, because sometimes you get an odd result in between, maybe because of the process of taking a specimen. You may just get an odd result, and that shouldn't really cause you to panic when you get one odd result, although you should take it with precaution. So we've taken continuous readings, and the 3 readings then make us decide that we have sufficient evidence that there's a trend in a certain direction, and then we take a decision. This is what we've been saying throughout. Unfortunately, because we've been working as a city, there have been NGOs that have also been working independently of us. Sometimes we test on different days when the wind and many other factors have affected the results, and we come out with different results, and then there's panic. So we've requested that the private NGOs that are testing should test with us. The one that has been issuing results agreed, and the last 2 results, I think we tested together, so that if they are bad for all of us, and if they are good, they are good for all of us. And
you know, that makes such a lot of sense. And sorry to cut in there, but it sounds like that is a workable plan. You're not saying stop your testing, just trust ours. You're saying NGOs test when we do. You're doing 2 tests a week on the beaches of concern. Umhlanga, Bronze Beach are open. And as you're saying, you're now hard at work on some of those beaches south of Durban. It is heartening to see that you took a dip today, Dr. Gumede, as did the mayor. That really is reassuring to see. Thank you very much, eThekwini Deputy City Manager for Community Services, Dr. Musa Gumede.